Listen, can I encourage you? I understand that you are praying and you are believing God. But let me tell you, sometimes when you are praying and you are believing God, you're not going to see God's hand at work. Just because you don't physically see his hand at work does not mean he is not working. Sometimes what it means is that if God was allow you to see the work that he's doing, you will give up in prayer. You won't continue to pray because you feel like, okay, God is working on this. But the thing is that sometimes God wants you to continue to pray until there is completion. But if there is no completion, then why are you giving up in prayer? Why are you stepping back and saying that, I'm praying, but it seemed like nothing is changing. It seemed like things are getting worse. And then you have people surrounding you saying, why is that you praying and things are getting worse? It seemed like to me, if you're praying, then things will get better or things will ease up. But that sometimes is not the case. Sometimes things that people want to see is not what God are going to allow them to see right at hand. Because you know why? Because the thing is that he's not only building your faith, but he's building their faith. And so therefore, whatever it takes to build our faith, even with the people that are surrounding us, then that's what you have to look at. So I'm telling you, don't give up because you don't see it. It does not mean that God is not working. You just got to wait. And I understand that people are standing around you and just saying, you know what, you're praying. And it seemed like to me things will be getting better. But because they're not getting better, you need to step away from prayer because evidently you making things worse by praying. By you believing in this God that you believing in, it seemed like it is not working. It is best for you to withdraw from prayer and stand there and hopefully maybe it will mellow out. That's what they want you to believe. But that is not what God is telling you. He is telling you that he is working. Even though you may not see it, he is working. You have to trust and you have to believe. Faith is the substance of things what? Hoped for. But the evidence of things not seen. Sometimes you're not going to see it. And it's okay. It's okay if you don't see it. But what is okay is for you to continue to keep praying. That is what is okay. What is okay is that you allow people to still stand around you and allow them to see the more that you think that they feel things are getting worse, that's the better time for you to display God even more so, for you to continue to keep praying and keep believing and keep persevering. That's how you're going to make an impact. That's how you're going to draw others to Christ. That's how you're going to allow others to see the God you serve. Not the God that they thinking that is a make-believe God, but it's the God you serve. Because see, the God you serve is real. The God you serve is true. The God you serve is honest. So therefore, what are you going to do? Are you going to give up in prayer because you don't see it? Is that what you're going to do? No, you cannot afford to do that. Because see, the moment you do that, then the moment God's going to say, well, what happened? I thought this thing concerned you. So you telling me now that you don't see my hand at work, so therefore now you want to say it don't concern you anymore? Can you make up your mind? Does this thing concern you or it doesn't? Do you want to believe and trust me or you don't? It's either A, you lean not to your own understanding, or you're going to lean to God's understanding. You're going to seek for his wisdom, his knowledge, and his direction. So what is it? It's either or. Lean not on your own understanding, or you're going to trust God. Which one? You want to lean on your own? If you're going to lean on your own, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. You might as well have God to lead and guide you so that he can give you the wisdom and the knowledge so that you can navigate through whatever it is that you're trying to navigate through. Sometimes, like I say, you can pray all day long, and sometimes the circumstances is not going to change overnight. You know that, and I know that. Circumstances we wish that will change overnight, but it doesn't. But the one thing I do know, that if you seek God and lean not on your own understanding and ask him for his direction, then you know what? You're going to win every time. You're going to win every time. He's going to teach you how to navigate through something. You don't get stuck in circumstances. Don't stand in circumstances and never navigate through it. Because either way it goes, you still got to get to the end. So what do you want to do? Be in the circumstances and stay in the beginning? Or do you want to get to the end? So who are you going to allow to navigate you? God is the only one that can navigate you. He's the only one that can navigate you through your circumstance. That's it. He's the only one that can allow you to continue to keep having the strength to pray, even when you feel depleted. You got to keep praying. You got to keep believing. Remember, what concerns you does concerns God. The only thing is that he is not moving in our timing. He is moving his own timing. And when things are done in his timing, everything falls right into place. And we sit and we say, oh my goodness, I didn't know that the way God was orchestrating things, that it was all working out for my good. So hang in there and remember, what concerns you does concerns God. God bless.